everyone. So this video is the part 2 of how to treat dry and dehydrated skin. Do this one thing. So if you haven't watched that video, go and watch that video first and then come back to this video so it'll actually make more sense and be more beneficial to you. Okay, so for those of you who have already watched that video, this is to give you a pro tip. So if you have a toner, first you have to select the right toner, and that doesn't have a fine mist sprayer. So if it's one of those, I call it a cotton-based toner, so it's one of those toners that's meant to be put on a cotton and then wiped all over your face. So first of all, the toners that are meant to be setting sprays, they have a higher amount of alcohol in them, so that's actually not meant to be used as a fine mist because most of it will evaporate. This is actually to increase the moisture levels on your skin. So for example, you can take a toner, make sure it has a high amount of humectants in there, and it is not meant for essences or serums. It's strictly for hydrating toners. So for toners that are higher in alpha hydroxy acids and exfoliants where it's meant to be cotton based to exfoliate, that's not what it's meant for either. So it just depends, and I am speaking very generally because obviously I don't know every single toner that's out there. So I'm just going to focus on the ones that have a high amount of humectants. It is designed. Now most of them actually will already have a fine mist sprayer on them if it's designed for you know, increasing moisture on your skin, but not all of them. So this one right here, I bought this on Amazon, and you can actually find the link in the description below. So this one here is from Seg Beauty, and I'm sure you can find other ones on there, but I prefer to get ones where the company has made an investment to go ahead and put their name on the brand. So it's a twist off. I already have toner in here, and you would pour your toner in here, and it has a little gadget here, and a lot of the hairstylists use this also to spray hair to get that wet, but you can use it for multi-purpose. So then obviously you would twist it back on, and then you would spray from this right here. So I'm going to press the nozzle here, and you can see how it makes the spray mist even finer. Okay. So this is one of my many pro tips. So I have been treating clients with acne, hyperpigmentation, and other skin conditions now almost going on 12 years. And this is a very, very good tip. And once I actually saw the research on if you can make the water particles even finer and actually small enough to fill in the intercellular spaces of the skin, which I cover in that last video, then it actually increases the skin's ability to hold in that moisture. And it's counterintuitive to what most people believe, that if they use something that's thicker, if they use something that has more water content, that your skin is more able to absorb it. But according to this research, if you use a product like a serum that has high amount of humectants, and then you pair that along with something that is a fine mist toner that has a high amount of humectants. Now you can use water, but if you're using humectants, I would want to use something that actually binds to the humectants very effectively. It actually seeks out the humectants. So that's just a pro tip that I have. So if you're liking this pro tip, you love pro tips, you want to find out more about product ingredients, how to use product ingredients correctly, then make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. So speaking of which, I already gave you this for the pro tip, and the other one is so depending on what type of skin you have and the products that you're using. So for example, those of you who have bought the hydrating gel, and this is a multifunctional gel, you can use it as a hydrating serum, you can use it as an oil-free gel moisturizer, and you can also use it as an overnight treatment mask. So how this fits into that type of protocol is that if you're using it as a hydrating serum, then you want to put that on first, then this, then your cream or your moisturizer. And that works best if you have dry, dehydrated skin and or you live in a dry, arid climate. If you have oily skin, then that would be the last step. So then what you would do is, depending on if you're using a serum, whichever one has the higher bioactive ingredients. So if you're using a serum, for example, that has vitamin C or retinol or anti-aging agents, that always needs to go on clean, dry skin first. Let that dry, and then you can spray this toner on you until you are very moist, and then apply your hydrating gel, which then acts as a moisturizer. Now, some of you have asked questions in my comments on where does the eye cream or eye gel go into this. And so if you're using that, basically what you would do is you would put on your serum. If you're using a serum, like an anti-aging serum, that goes on clean, dry skin first, and then you have to wait. And if it's just a hyaluronic acid serum, that's not considered an anti-aging serum. That's just marketing. So you don't have to wait for it to dry. But if it's an anti-aging serum, apply that first on clean, dry skin. Wait for that to absorb into your skin. Then you can apply your eye gel or eye cream. Wait for that to settle. Then you can do your toner and then your cream or your moisturizer. So if you're finding these tips helpful, then please make sure you subscribe to our channel. And remember, makeup is an art and skincare is a science.